I recently picked up a self-leveling laser and was trying to decide between a red or green laser. Ended up going with a green laser and tried it on my very first project, which is hang up a bunch of photos. One of the things that I had in mind was whether this was actually worth it or not, and we're going to talk about that more coming up next here on Lights and Buttons. Recently, my wife and I came up with a few ideas on how to lay out photos, and before printing them, we've decided that we wanted 12 photos on this large wall. Our design has 2 rows, and I've done some quick measurements. I've marked the spots where I wanted to place the pictures along the top row to start. I just marked these spots horizontally and not needing to worry about how far they are from the ceiling and the floor because of the laser level. With the plumb line, now I can add the hooks directly to the wall by aligning the vertical laser line with the top row, which saves a little bit of time since I don't need to manually remeasure. Before we continue, I do want to take a pause here and talk about the tripod. In one of my previous videos, I did mention that any old cheap tripod can work for holding up the laser level. However, I did find that when trying to align things at a higher level that the cheaper tripods would often be too short. And in my case, I had to do something janky to raise the level of the tripod, and I'm sure Yoda does not approve. In this scenario, a laser level is more of a nice to have in my opinion because everyone has a measuring tape that you can use, and also some people use a painter's tape to align photos, so that's another way you can do this. If I had to do this over again, yes, I would buy the laser. I believe it's helpful, I believe it makes it more fun, and it's also pretty easy to use at a relatively low cost. As a DIYer without an unlimited budget, spending $20 to $30 isn't really all that bad in my opinion. It also makes things a little bit more fun, and you can reuse this for other projects. After a couple of years of moving in, we finally are able to add a personal touch to the house by adding some photos to the wall. Overall, with this design, with the 12 photos that are on the wall, we'll probably set something as a focal point in the middle, maybe something like a canvas or something. We'll still have to decide on that, as well as which photos to print to fit that design that we have. After that, it's pretty much rinse and repeat for other rooms as we see fit. As we're adding clusters of photos that we need aligning, that laser will probably come in pretty handy in doing that, and maybe cut down on some of the measuring work as I mentioned before. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next video.